Welcome back to 242 Math. I am your host Raphael Thompson, and today we are continuing to look at the 2014 BJC Mathematics Paper. We've already done paper 1. Today we will be doing paper 2. And remember, this paper is for 2 hours and it carries 100 marks. So you need to get your pencil and paper ready. We are about to begin paper 2. And here we go with the questions first. So please try and answer them. Number 1. List all the natural numbers that are greater than 3 but less than 8. 2 marks for this. Go ahead, write those natural numbers. They must be greater than 3 but less than 8. You should know what the natural numbers are. Even if you didn't, you'd be able to do this. Okay, complete it. Good. And now we will move on to question 2. Write down the following numbers for addition, then add. So you have 3 numbers there. Write those 3 numbers down for addition, then add them and put your answer on the line. 2 marks again. Now you're dealing with 3 decimal numbers. You need to know how to write them in order to do the addition. So you can't just write them in any old order. There is a way you must write them in order to get the correct answer. And you should know how to write decimal numbers in order to add them. So that's important. Now you're dealing with 3 and now we will move on to question 3. The acute angle measures 25 degrees. Calculate the size of the reflex angle X. And they give you the diagram and show you the 25 degree acute angle. They want you to find that angle that's labeled X, and that's a reflex angle. Don't worry about the terms. Once you know what you have to do to find the answer, just go ahead and work it out. Again, 2 marks for this question. Please remember to show all of your workings. Don't hide them somewhere, and we do them right here beside the question so we can see what you're doing. And if you make a simple mistake, you would still be awarded marks. Number 4. A model train is made using a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 20 meters. Calculate the actual length of the train if the model length is 6.5 centimeters. Again, 2 marks. Okay, a model train is made using a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 20 meters. Calculate the actual length of the train if the model length is 6.5 centimeters. Your answer will be in meters. So go ahead, work it. Get these 2 marks. Let's go. We move on to number 5. A flight leaves at 2:25 p.m. to travel from Nassau to Chicago. The flight takes 7 hours and 13 minutes. A. Calculate at what time the plane should arrive at Chicago. Answer, 2 marks. And B, write your answer from A in 24-hour clock time, and 1 mark for that answer. So again, a flight leaves at 2:25 p.m. to travel from Nassau to Chicago. The flight takes 7 hours and 13 minutes. A, calculate at what time the plane should arrive at Chicago. And B, write your answer from A in 24-hour clock time. You're putting a time and then change that time for B. You should know how to write time in 24-hour clock time format. Got it? Okay, number 6. The mean age of 5 children is 9 years. A, calculate the total age of the 5 children. And the answer for that is 2 marks in years. And 4 of the children's ages are 10, 8, 9, and 6 years. Calculate the age of the 5th child. And the answer for less than years again, and 3 big marks for that second one. So this question is 5 marks. You have to get these correct because it carries a lot of weight. Okay, so do A first. Calculate the total age of the 5 children. If the mean age is 9, or 5 children is 9, you should know what to do. And then they gave you the ages 10, 8, 9, and 6. We move on to number 7. Evaluate. 3.5 plus 4, 3/10. And 3 big marks for this, guys. You must know how to add fractions. Let's see. There are 2 ways you can work it. Work it any way you know best. Go ahead, get it done. Okay, you can add your numbers and add your fractions, or you can change them to improper fractions and then work it. Whichever way you want to work it, go ahead and do it. Whatever is best for you, you can do. But there are 2 ways you can work it. Go ahead, get an answer. Number 8, reflect the shape in the line labeled M. So there's an F on the right side of that line. You have to reflect that in the line labeled M, and that reflection will be worth 2 marks if you get it correct. So go ahead, let's see if you can draw it. The reflection in the line labeled M. Do it quickly. Draw this diagram simply, and then do the reflection right on your paper. Got it? Okay, we move on to number 9. A tank holds 1,600 liters of water. 2/5 of the water was used. How many liters of water was used? 2 marks for that. A and B. Write as a ratio in lowest terms the liters of water used to the liters of water the tank can hold. 2 big marks for that as well. So again, a tank holds 1,600 liters of water, 1,600 liters of water. 2/5 of the water was used. How many liters of water was used? And write as a ratio in lowest terms the liters of water used to the liters of water the tank can hold. And remember, you want to write your answer in lowest terms for that one. So you have to reduce it. Okay, we move on to number 10, evaluate. And it's 6 squared plus 3, open bracket, 7 minus 2, close brackets. So you go ahead and work this out and get 1 single answer. 3 marks for this, guys. So you need to know how to get this correct. So work your 6 squared and then work your brackets and see what you get. And then add and subtract and put a final answer. And 3 big marks. And it isn't that hard. The kids say, but easy peasy. Yeah, it's easy peasy. So work it and get a correct answer. And now we move on to number 11. A bag contains 3 red marbles, 4 blue marbles, and 2 black marbles. 1 marble is chosen at random. What is the probability that the marble is A, red, B, blue, C, black or red, and D, green? And for this question, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 big marks for probability, guys. Go ahead, put your answers in. Write your answer as a fraction and reduce where you need to. Go ahead. Do the red, probability for red, probability for blue, then black or red, and then green. Put an answer. Let's see if you can score these 4 big points. Yes, and we move on to number 12. A square tile measures 3 inches by 3 inches. Calculate the area of 1 tile. Yeah, I'm sure you got that. Do that, and then a countertop with an area of 1,206 square inches is to be covered with these square tiles. B, how many square tiles are needed to cover the countertop? So the countertop has an area of 1,206 square inches, and you want to see how many square tiles you need to cover that area from what you used above, but you calculated above, you calculated the area of the square tile. So go ahead, do your calculations, work it out, and see what you get. And we move on to number 13. A church choir has 80 members. There are 10 more females than males. A, how many choir members are males? And B, what fraction of the choir members are females? Give your answer in lowest terms. 5 big marks. So for the first part, there are 3 marks. How many choir members are males? And I'm going to tell you right away, you are going to have to do trial and error to find the answer to number to the first part, to A. It has 80 members. There are 10 more females than males. So put your numbers in, see what numbers can work. Go ahead, get your answer, and then do B. What fraction of the choir members are females? Give your answer in lowest terms. Work fast. Okay, we move on to number 14, algebra. Simplify. A, 2 in bracket x minus 5y close bracket plus 6y. So remove your bracket, simplify, and give me an expression for the answer. 3 big marks for that, guys. And B, the sides of a triangle are 2x centimeters, 3x centimeters, and 4x centimeters. The perimeter of the triangle is 81 centimeters. Calculate the value of x. There you have the triangle drawn with sides 2, 3, and 4x centimeters. And your answer for that one will be in centimeters. 4 big marks. This whole question, guys, is 7 marks. Wow, you got to get these 7 marks. So go ahead, work fast, do the simplification. Then, okay, we move on to number 15. Calculate the value of angle A and the value of angle B. And there you have a diagram. And A, 2 marks, and B, 2 marks. So go ahead, you can calculate A right away. One single simple calculation, and you will have A. Once you get that, then you have to find B. But you need to find A in order to find B. So do A first and then calculate B. Do it quickly. You don't have much time left. Come on, you can get it done. You should know how many degrees in a quadrilateral. So right away you should know what you're working with. And we move on to number 16. Now we're dealing with Venn diagrams. A, shade the region indicated below each Venn diagram. And I can't read them for you. You must know the symbols, so read them for yourself. Figure it out. And you must shade the region indicated. So go ahead, look at the first one and do the second one. I can't read the symbols. You should know what the symbols are. That's a part of the test. 1 mark for each. Okay, let's go. Your shading should be completed by now. And we move on to the second part of this question. The Venn diagram represents 30 students of grade 9 who study Spanish S and French F. Calculate the value of X. And that's 1, 2. How many students study both Spanish and French? 3. How many students study Spanish? Go ahead, you have 2, 4, 5 marks for B. And you had 2 marks earlier, so that's 7 big marks again. Guys, yes, this is paper 2. So you have to look at the questions with the big marks and make sure you get them correct. Okay, this one is fairly simple and straightforward once you know how to read a Venn diagram. Go ahead, get those answers in. Good. 17. A speedboat left Islander at noon heading for Cable, a distance of 120 kilometers. The boat takes 1 hour and 20 minutes. Calculate the average speed of the boat. 3 marks for this one, guys. Okay, again, speedboat left Islander at noon heading for Cable, a distance of 120 kilometers. The boat takes 1 hour and 20 minutes. Calculate the average speed of the boat. There is a formula for average speed, and you should know what it is. Once you know that, then you do a simple calculation and you should be able to get the average speed of the boat. And the average speed would be in kilometers per hour. 18. Kim bought 6 dresses costing a total of $300 for her shop. She sold each dress for $61. Calculate A, the total amount of money she made from the sale of the dresses, B, the total profit made, and C, the percentage profit made on the cost price. Two, 4, 6 big marks. So get it done, guys. Don't let the wording confuse you, especially for C. Do what they say. Find the percentage profit made on the cost price. They gave you the things you need to use in order to solve that. So go ahead, get it done. And we move on to 19. Below is a sketch of an isosceles triangle labeled ABC. Using a ruler, pencil, and a pair of compasses, construct triangle ABC using the same measurements. 5 big marks. B, measure and write down the size of angle ABC. So use your protractor, measure, then write down the size of angle ABC after you've done your construction. So that isosceles triangle is 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters by 3 centimeters. Go ahead, get it done. Construct the triangle. Then measure the angle ABC using your protractor to see what it is. Okay, good. Now we move on to 20. The diagram shows a garden with a pond in it surrounded by grass. Calculate A, the length of fencing needed to go completely around the pond, B, the area of the pond, and C, the area of the grassy region. Go ahead, get cracking on A. The length of fencing needed to go completely around the pond. Find the pond and see what the measurements are. Find the length of fencing needed to go completely around it, and then area of the pond, same thing, and then area of the grassy region. 2, 4, 6 big marks for this question on paper 2. This was in the year 2014. 21. The table shows the number of malts sold by a school lunch vendor in 1 week. And you have the days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the number of malts sold, 23, 25, and 5, 10, 14. Draw the bar graph to show the information, placing the days on the horizontal axis, 7 marks. And B, how many malts in total were sold in that week, 1 mark. So 8 marks for this question, guys. A whole heap of marks you cannot afford to miss. Go ahead, do your bar graph, and remember, the days must go on the horizontal axis. You must know which axis that is. Remember, horizon, the horizon, and horizontal. And we move on to 22. Calculate the cost of each item and the total bill for the following items. So it's several items, so you gotta get cracking and start to work. 9 oranges at 3 for 99 cents. Give the cost. 3.5 pounds of grapes at $4 per pound. Give the cost. 1 bag of onions at $2.99 each. And 6 cans of cream at $1.09 each. So do the cost for those items, then give me a total. And then once you've done that, Mr. Green paid with a $50 bill. Calculate his change. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we have done. Now we move to the best part where you find the answers. And here you go. Let's see how many of those you got correct. 1. Natural numbers you needed were 4, 5, 6, and 7. Greater than 3, less than 8. 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's too easy, guys. I am sure you got those 2 big marks for number 1 because you need them. The questions get harder. Got it? Mark those 2 big marks, and we move to number 2. Write down the following numbers for addition and add. Now you have to write. You see where I have that blue arrow? I put that there to show you the decimal points must line up, guys. So it must be 6.83, 41.2, 2.078. However you want to write them, but the points must be point above point or point below point, and you get 50.108 as the answer when you add them up finally. But you know, you must line them up properly. 2 big marks. Number 3, what did you have to do? In blue I have it. 360, why? Yeah, it's a complete circle. So you want to subtract 25 from 360, you get 335 degrees. That's the final answer. Give yourself 2 big marks for that, guys. Yeah, that wasn't too hard. Remember, you need these marks at the beginning. These are the easy ones. Okay, and then we move on to number 4. The model train, so 1 centimeter is 20 meters. So 6.5 would be 6.5 times 20. And you do the calculation and you get 130 meters. Give yourself 2 big marks for that if you got it, guys. You just have to multiply by 20. 6.5 times 20. And then remember, I want to see your working. Your working is important. If you make a simple error, then you still get the marks. So show all working, and it's important to show it right beside the question. Number 5. In 7 hours and 13 minutes, so you count ahead from 2:25. So you get to 9 and then add 13 minutes, 9:38 p.m. and change that to 24-hour clock, 21:3800 hours. That's your answer. You must know how to do time using the 24-hour clock and change it to that or change it back. Got it? Number 6. The total age of the 5 children is 9. So 9, you multiply 5 times 9, you get 45. So the total age of 5 would be 45. And then for the children, they give you 4 of the ages. To calculate the other one, take 33 from 45, you get 12. And that's how you do a question like that. It is not a straight average question, but you need to know how to work questions like this. Okay, got it? 5 marks there. Number 7, evaluate. So if you add 4 and 3, you get 7. And you add a half and 3/10, you get 4/5. Or you get 8/10 and you reduce it, you get 4/5. 3 big marks there, guys. Okay, 2 marks are working, 1 mark for the answer. That's it. You could have changed them to improper and then work it, you get the answer as well. Same thing. Number 8, reflect the shape in the line, label them, and that is the reflection there, guys. You just flip it on the other side of the line, label them, and that's what you would get. So 2 big marks. Give yourself 2 marks for that if you had flipped it on the other side. And it's as simple as that. The reflection is just a flip. And you just write the same distance it is away, and the same way you see it on the opposite direction. Once you flip it, you're straight. 2 marks. I'm sure you got those. And we move on to number 9. A tank holds 1,600 liters of water. So 2/5 of the water would be 640 liters. 2/5 times 1,600/1. And then as a ratio, it would be 640 to 1,600 reduce, and you get it down to 2:5 once you reduce. Keep dividing until you get it to as low as it can go. And you would see how I did it at the bottom. You can do it your way. Once you end up with that answer, you're okay. 4 big marks. And number 10, 6 squared is 36. All you need to know is how to do the square and then remove your brackets. And you're straight. 3 big marks that you need. You got them. And we move on to number 11, probability. A, red, 3 red, 3 over 9, 1/3. Blue, 4 over 9. You can't reduce that. Black or red, you add. So it's black is 2, red is 3. That's where I got the 5 from. You add once you're doing OR. And green, there's no green. Set up to be 0 is impossible. So the probability is 0. 4 big marks there, guys. I'm sure you got those 4 marks. And we move on to number 12. The area of a square tile will be 3 inches times 3 inches, which is 9 square inches. And then the second part, you divide 1,206 by 9. You get 134 tiles. 4 big marks there, guys. Hope you got those. I showed you all the working. That's what I need you to show me. 13, I told you trial and error. So there are 10 more females than males, and it worked out to be 45 and 35. Since it's 35 males, because then so it has to be 45 females. What fraction of the choir members are females? Then it's 45 over 80. You divide by 5, you get 9/16. That's it. Can't reduce that any further. That's as low as it goes, guys, and that's 5 big marks for number 13 that you got. 14, simplify. No brackets. You get 2x minus 10y plus 6y. And then put your y's together like I did, and you would get minus 4y. So it's 2x minus 4y. And then b, put your numbers, put the 2x plus 3x plus 4 is equal to 81, and you get 9x 81. X is 9. You divide 81 by 9. Look at the working. That's what I need to see you doing. And we move on to number 15. Calculate the value of angle A and the value of angle B. First you find A, straight line. So it's 180. Take away 115. That's how come I got to 65. Once you get 65, add those three. 65, 105, 110. And then subtract that answer from 360. And you would get 80 degrees. So 360 minus 280 gives you 80 degrees. That's it. 4 big marks for number 15. And I hope you got those. And number 16, shade the region A below. And the first one is A union. So it's everything in A and B. So you shade A, circle the A diagram, and you shade the B in that Venn diagram. And then for XC, or they used to have X1. XC means the complement of X, what's not in X. And that's everything on the outside of that X circle. I mean everything. So you got to shade Y, the Y on that side, and then shade everything on the outside as well. B, the value of X, they must add 10 plus 3 plus 12 must add, and X must add to give you 30. So you add those and you get 25. 30 take away 25 is 5. How many students study both Spanish and French? The middle of that diagram is 3. How many students study Spanish is 13, not 10. They didn't say Spanish only, they say Spanish, so it's Spanish altogether. And so you have to put 10 plus 3 for Spanish. Got it? Don't let them trick you with that. 17. Speed is equal to distance divided by time. So it's 120 over 80 minutes. You have to change it to minutes and then change it back. So you get 3 over 2 and you multiply it by 60 to change it back to hours, and you get 90 kilometers per hour. Remember I told you at the beginning, the speed must be in kilometers per hour. So once you change it to minutes, you got to multiply by 60 to change that back to hours. That's it. And 18. The total amount of money she made from selling the dress will be $366. The profit is $66. The percentage profit made on it would be 66 over 300 times 100. 66 over 300 times 100, and you would get 22%. That would be the percentage profit, guys. Number 19, you had to construct it. So you use your ruler and put down the 3 centimeter line, then use your compass and do your arcs and get the 5 centimeter line done. And 19B, the answer is 72 degrees. And once you get it near to that, you're okay. If you have 73, you're okay, or 71, you're okay. 1 mark. Number 20, the diagram with the pond. The length of fencing is the perimeter. So the perimeter of that pond would be 18 meters. 6 plus 6, 3 plus 3. Area of the pond would be 6 times 3 and is 18 square meters for the area of the pond. The area of the grassy region you have to subtract. So find the area of the total area minus the area of the pond, and you would get 198 square meters. It's the final answer. Remember to put your answers in square units for area. Number 21, the table shows the malt sold by school lunch vendor. That's how you do your bar graph, guys. Days of the week on the horizontal axis. So horizon is, you look out to see it straight along a line from east to west. So that's how you do it. The horizon would be the bottom. And how many malts were sold in that week? When you add them all up, you get 77. But you see the marks for that, guys. You must know how to do the bar graph and then give an answer. Yes, and 22, you have to calculate the cost of each item and then the total bill. So it works out to be $297. And for the oranges, 14 for the grapes. Why 14? 4 3 is 12. And then Half pound would be $2, $2.99, $6.54. Total was $26.50. Subtract it from 50, you get $23.50 to be the final answer for that, guys. And you see the number of marks for that. I hope you got all of those marks. The 2014 paper 2, we've already done 2014 paper 1. What was your score? I hope you got an A on this. And then I will be dealing with 2015 next for you guys. That's coming up. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you in the next one. That's a wrap.